Bam! Bam! My peoples. My peoples. Welcome to another episode of Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. It's Thirsty Thursday, fellas, and you about to get it. But first, let me just say, man, it's hot, cold, raining, snowing, sunny, windy, whatever the weather may be where you're at. If you're up right now, it's a beautiful day, my peoples. God gave you another one. Thank you, God. Yes, sir. Let me give a shout out to those already tuning in, already showing love. Size in the building. West does it. Ben activated that like button. Appreciate you, my guy. Demon Ford. Salute, family. Fellas, you guys know how we get down. You know we talking boxing. Side, don't want to get grease in my eye and take a knee. Hold on, stay up. We don't need no controversies this early in the morning. No controversies. Fellas, look, we're going to kick this Thirsty Thursday off with the magic question. Marie, there's some undefeated fighters out there. And they're all great fighters. They're all elite level guys. Two of them are going to face each other. Xander Zayas and Jerron Boost Ennis. Somebody's gotta go. And at this point, I'm seeing pretty much everybody writing him off. It seems like, according to everybody, Xander Zayas is getting cooked. Beat up. Beat up. That's how I'm seeing it. Now, I haven't made my prediction, but the way that everybody's laying it out and everybody's perspective on Xander Zayas versus Jerron Boost Ennis, it makes me wonder, damn, is Zayas about to take the beating of a lifetime? Side, Jay Smith, apparently we getting a big heavyweight fight soon. Sam Knows said to a YouTube outlet. Ooh, we'll find out. We'll find out. However, in this division right here at 154, where you have Xander Zayas and Jerron Boost Ennis facing each other, obviously Xander has two belts. Are those two belts going to exchange hands to Mr. Ennis? Because if that's the case, now the world champions at 154 would be Jerron Boost Ennis, Sebastian Fundora, and Josh Kelly. Those would be the three champions. So here's what I'm going to say to you. How do those belts get unified for us to get an undisputed champion? Simple. The first thing that's going to happen is the winner of this fight is going to end up in the ring with Josh Kelly. Why? They're all matchroom fighters. Fight in the zone, easy to make. So Josh Kelly's going to end up facing the winner of these two. Now you're going to have one fighter with three belts, and that one is going to end up challenging Sebastian Fundora. Bam! There you have it, directly from Jay Stradamus. The letter M. Sai's gonna beat the shit out of Boots. Sai, I got Boots, but salute to Zayas. Demon Ford. I'll pick after they make weight. Sai. I'm gonna tell you this, Demon Ford. Both of them are big dudes, bro. Xander Zayas is a big guy, but so is Boots. They both big guys, and they're gonna make weight. And I say that, I feel comfortable saying it because Xander Zayas has shown to be a disciplined fighter. And the same thing with Jerron Boost Ennis. Always in great shape. Marie, Bakram is fighting Adams for the IBF Eliminator. Do you see that? Are we going to get the rematch? Ooh, I was not aware of that. I was not aware of that. Now you're throwing a little curveball into the mix because, listen, Bakram Mortasaliev, I actually felt like he beat Josh Kelly. I felt like he beat him. So a rematch, I wouldn't be surprised if he knocked him out. He dropped him, by the way, hurt him. But the referee, was protecting his guy. They helped him out and whatnot. Side, Xander looked like a solid 160-pounder. He's a big guy. Look what Boots told him, that he was in fat camp. Fat camp. And see, here's the thing about a fighter like Jerome Boots Ennis and why he's so hard to beat. I would compare him to a Terrence Crawford. I would compare him to a Floyd, to those great fighters. And the reason I do that is because all you have to do is follow up on Jerome Boots Ennis, follow him on social media, and see that he's always in great shape. He's one of those guys that's a gym rat as well. So he always in great shape. Even when he gains weight, he doesn't balloon up and he never get fat. You see him, don't got a fight lined up, ain't preparing for nothing in the gym, training. Xander Zayas, he be picking up a little weight. You see him a little bit chubby in between fights. So obviously it's a different work habit. Whoa, Greg Hackett is in the building. Salute, family. Bam. Appreciate you dropping in, my brother. Early. We up early in the morning. Yes, sir. We on it. Yo, Greg, what do you think about that, man? What do you think about the conditioning aspect when it comes to these two fighters? I feel like Boots is on another level because he seems to always be in great shape. Zayas, he goes into his fights in great shape, but in between fights, I see him sometimes a little bit chubby and shit, a little bit round-faced. And I think that's a factor. I think that's part of what makes Boots a special fighter. He stays in the gym, stays working on his craft, stays in great shape. The letter M, very solid indeed. He's going to come in bigger and with power. Will Boots be able to handle the Puerto Rican pressure? Whoa. Hold on. Hold your horses. I don't know how much bigger he's going to go in. They might be right around the same size, my brother, because Boots is a big dude, my G. Noel, bam, salute, family. Boots a big dude. So don't bet on Xander Zayas showing up looking huge in front of him. Watch when you see the face-off right before the fight at the weigh-in. Xander's not going to be looking a lot bigger than Boots. They're going to be looking around the same size, in my opinion. Side. At the face-off, Xander looked a size bigger. Of course, because Xander weighing damn near 200 pounds. That's why Boots told him, you are fat camp. That's why. Side could be different at weigh-ins. Greg Hackett. Boots is ready for 12 right now. You see what I'm saying? Boots can do 12 this very moment. Xander Zayas couldn't do 5 right now. Looking like Porky Pig at this very moment. Come on, my peoples. Posture track. Sup, my G. Bam, in the building. We talking boxing. You know how we do it. And Xander Zayas and Jerome Boots Ennis, they about to mix it up. Look, most people feel like Boots is going to cook him. I got to be honest. And I keep saying I haven't made a prediction. But when I see everybody, it kind of makes me sway my opinion, in which direction I'm going in. Because of course, and listen to this. The fact that I heard it from the horse's mouth, I heard Bozianis say, oh no, we stopping him. We're going to knock him out. I'm hearing Bozy say this, and then I'm also hearing Boots say it. It's going to go however I want it to go. Look at the intentions that they got going into this fight. Posture track. Always go with your intuition, Jay. The letter M. Yeah, but we don't need 12 at the moment. You know what? Greg said, Boost ready for 12 right now. But does it go 12? Does this fight go the distance? The letter M. I mean, Boxing Fanatical. Showbiz said he saw Zayas last week. And he had a six-pack. Whoa. Ooh, Zayas getting in shape. He getting ready. Now listen. So far, from what we've seen, Zayas has shown to be a disciplined fighter. Somebody who is going to show up, is going to be in great shape. But in between fights, he does balloon up in weight a lot. Bisco, Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. Ooh, taking one in the kisser changes everything. The letter M. That's what Jay Smith remind me of. Showbiz. He started just like this, and look at him now. Yo, one day, maybe you might see me debating with Showbiz, going at it, because a lot of shit he be saying I disagree with. I respect him. I got mad respect for Showbiz, because, yeah, he started like me, and look where he's at right now. Which, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys some funny-ass shit that just happened. This is crazy. Not crazy, you know, it's a coincidence. It could happen, right? Yesterday, on IG, somebody hit the like on one of the videos where I'm calling a fight. You guys know how I call it, right? A left to the mouthpiece, a right to the wig piece, a left to the toupee. Oh, the humanity. You guys know how I get down. So, somebody hit the like, and I'm like, oh, that's somebody that don't follow me, that I don't know, so I go see who that is by curiosity. They got the little blue check, but you know that you could buy that shit these days. And when I see it's some lady that, nah, I'm going to tell you guys right now, babe. I don't want to guess, right? But I said, damn, maybe, could this be a sign of something? You guys tell me if this is a sign. Watch this. You guys will be the one to tell me. You're somewhere. Hold on, my people. Ah, shit, man. I can't find it. Motherfucker. Let me see. Hold on. I can't find it, bro. Which one was the video? I'm lost, my peoples. I don't know why. A few other likes and that shit disappeared in the background. I can't find it. But just to tell you who it is, devastating blow, just to tell you, is somebody who's like a global marketing strategist for the Zone. Something along those lines. I don't remember her title. But it's somebody that's higher up in the Zone. And they actually saw one of my videos calling a fight. And they liked it. I'm like, oh, you never know. You never know, my peoples. Your boy Jay Smith might land on the Zone. The letter M. Find it for the Box Center update. Exactly. In the Box Center update, we'll figure it out. But, ooh, I'm glad you brought that up. My peoples, I will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time with the Box Center update. Whoa, the letter M is on point. He know what's going on out here. You know what's going on. My peoples, did you see a cryptic message from Shakur Stevenson? My next move, my best move. What does that mean? You think about it, Shakur hasn't been like the other fighters who've been all over social media, you know, going at it, going back and forth, and then nothing happened with this fight, nothing happened with this one. They've been quiet. And now he's saying, my next move is my best move. Whoa. Who's going to be Shakur Stevenson's next opponent for him to be saying this? Is it possible that we could be getting Shakur Stevenson versus Raymond Murataya? Could that be it? Because I tell you what, you got to think about that last performance. Look at that last performance. And his next move is going to be better? Is going to be his best move? The letter M, boxing at 8 a.m., 12 noon, and 8 p.m. Get your doses. I'm telling you, healthy dosage. Beat Skull. Nah, I think you're a better fit for ESPN or Prime over the Zone. Look, man, whoever reach out first, that might be who get my services. Let's see, man. Patiently waiting. The letter M, I hope it's Haney. Ooh. Shakur Stevenson versus Haney. That fight is so good, but it's hard to even fathom it right now. They could give us that surprise, maybe. Maybe they surprise us. Because if you think about it, Devin Haney, after going back and forth with a few fighters, he's been kind of quiet lately. Shakur kind of quiet. But it's hard to even dream something like that because Shakur just got a title at 140. Devin Haney's the welterweight champion. And Shakur said, if I go to that division, it's going to be a rehydration clause. And they not trying to hear it. Beat Skull, how you feel about Teo going to Zufa? I mean, look, right now, it's not official. Right? Hasn't been made official. But I think it may be the inevitable. You know why? I think we're going to see a system where fighters who already have a name for themselves, who already accomplished, who've been world champions, lose, and they figure, damn, I'm not going to win a rematch, and these other guys coming up, do I really want this smoke? And let me head on over to Zufa. Get me that black belt, the Zufa belt, the turkey belt, as we first used to call it. The letter M, Teo has only met with Zufa. Nothing yet. That's what I'm talking about. It's no done deal, but it may end up happening. You know, Teofimo might take the Berlanga route. Edgar Berlanga got his ass whooped a couple of times and say, yo, let me go to this side of the street because over here I could reach for becoming a champion. Which I don't even know if Berlanga is going to become a champion over there. I think he's going to get beat up over there too. Pasta track. No way will be Tiny Dancer, right? A.K.A. Tank. Or as Conor Ben called him, Tankalumpa. Oh no, Jervoompa Loompa. Sad. Head to Zufa to lay low while the division getting hot. Listen, man, I think there's going to be fighters doing that, but eventually you're going to head to Zufa to run away from these guys, and over there you're going to run into some killers, and you're going to get beat up. Then you're going to be like, damn, man, I should have just stood over there. Came over here just to get whooped. Because imagine, look at Edgar Berlanga. What if he get beat up right away by the first guy they put him? Because that's the thing, my peoples. Over there, ain't no cherry picking going on. Ain't no record padding going on. When you see somebody get to 25-0 in Zufa boxing, one of these prospects they got coming up that make it to 25-0, 30-0, you know that shit is gonna be for real. When they take that guy to fight somebody within the sanctioning bodies, that guy's gonna be for real. He's gonna take somebody real special to beat him. The letter M, what y'all think? Teo versus Ben. I like that fight. But you have to take this into consideration. The IBF mandated a fight for the title, and it's for with Teo and somebody else. I forgot the guy's name. So Teofimo Lopez gonna have the options to either stay at 140 or go to welterweight. Let's see what he decides to do. But I didn't even like the move to welterweight, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. To me, it looked like he decided to move up because he got his ass whooped. That's it. Damn, I got my ass whooped over here. Let me go to another division. Fuck it. Not because he couldn't make weight anymore. So should Teofimo Lopez really be going to welterweight? I'm not sure. Side Delgado, there you have it. Lindolfo Delgado. And Delgado's undefeated. They gave him a tough cookie. For anybody who don't know Delgado, if you think he's a cherry pick, he not. Teofimo Lopez could be upset in that fight. And then that would be disastrous. 2 L's in a row. You know what happened to your stocks. Stumbling and bumbling. Pass a track. If Teo wants success, he's got to lose pops. He already said that he wasn't going to. He was actually asked, bro, you going to stay with your father? Yes, I'm going to stay with my father. So Teofimo Lopez not going to fire his pops. And I agree 100%. I felt like he should have fired him when he lost to Cambosis. When I saw his pops giving him the instructions, fuck him up. Fuck him up. I was like, oh, no, you need to fire that nigga. Fire his ass. What kind of instructions are those? I would have looked at him like, bro, I'm trying to fuck him up. What do you mean? The letter M. Lindolfo Delgado. Lindolfo can fight, bro. He's a threat. So Teofimo Lopez, and I was saying before, I felt like the way that he got beat up by Shakur Stevenson, beat up, I felt like he should have come back to a tune-up type of fight, a little cherry pick. He could look good, feel confident with a nice knockout, highlight reel for Teofimo. Get your confidence going again. You're going to come back to a dude that got the possibility to upset your ass? That's tough. Shaggy, no ghost watching, people. Hit the like button. Come on, man. We've been at it for 30 minutes, and we don't even got 20 likes. Could be at least a minute, like a minute. We've been at it for 30 minutes. 30 likes. 1 like a minute. Golly. Mr. Phipps, they just need to bring in some outsiders, at least. Aroma Sound. He probably think 140 is too light because his pops asked, what happened to your power? Nah. His pops asked, what happened to your power, bro? Where's your power? You're gonna regret, you're gonna hate yourself in the morning. What kind of fucking instructions are those? The letter and fire pops. What does it? Let's go, folks. Come on, my people. Double tap that screen. Easy work. Easy money. Pass the track. He said that in the corner. He did. In the corner. Both. Where's your power, bro? Where's your power? And then towards the end of the fight, you're going to hate yourself in the morning. Some shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Are you trying to get them psyched up, or you trying to just get them, down? You're trying to give them a downer. I'm trying to tell you, instructions was horrible. Look, I believe Teo Pops could be a good hype man. That he could be. He could be the guy, talking shit. The guy, amping it up in the pressers during the lead up to the fights and all of that. But giving actual instructions mid-rounds, it should not be him. Instructions suck. I love it when I see a coach, like, listen, he's doing this. He's leading like this. Go under it. Give him that left to the body. Start working him to the body. Go in with the jab. Move your head when you're going in. Do this. Giving actual instructions of what you want the fighter to do. And you see the fighter listening and then carry it out. But Go fuck him up. Fuck him up. Well, what exactly are you really telling him to do? Other than fuck him up. Besides, Shakur ruined Buddy. I mean, look, Shakur beat him up. You know, made him look like a Taco Bell third shift burrito roller. But that's one fight. I think he could bounce back. The letter M. Tio Pops could yell all that shit in the background. Get Garcia as your trainer. That's what I'm talking about. Yell that shit, man. Not even from the corner. You can yell all that shit from the front row somewhere, or the second or third row. Yell that shit from over there. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. That shit sounds good from over there. But in the corner, that's the instructions. That shit crazy. The letter M. Hire Robert Garcia. I mean, I seen Tio in an interview somewhere saying that they were going to bring in help. They were going to bring in somebody else. Whatever that means. But Pop Dude's got to take, you know, he got to take a back seat when it comes to the fight. B-Skull, you think Rio would be a good tune-up for Tio? I'm not sure because I don't follow Rio like that. So I don't want to say he is or he isn't. But I say, in my opinion, Tio should have took a fighter who's a decent fighter, but has taken already a few losses that we know he's going to beat him up, he's going to knock him out. He gets the highlight reel, feels good about himself, and then after that, go for the big boys. But after taking a beating, you're going to go into that fight? Pass a track. I could see if he had Shakur, if he hurt Shakur and saying that. But not if he's losing. Side, another Claggett. West does it. Tio been world champ. Ain't no tune-ups. Be Skull. Remember Rio beat Pitbull for his belt. Ooh, nah. So, nah. I don't think that's a good fight for... I don't think that's... I'm telling you, I believe Teofimo Lopez need an easy fight. Something that he's gonna... I know West does it. Not trying to give him that leeway. Like, nah, he a champion. Fight the best. But, man, after taking an ass whooping and getting made to look like a bum, nah, you can't go with the big boys right away. You're confident down. You questioning yourself. Side, Rayo knocked Tio out in sparring. I heard about that, man. That's very popular. That's been said a lot. That Rayo absolutely slapped him. Pisco, my bad, Rayo. Pass the track. No, he needs a tune-up. Definitely. But after the fight, yes. And then he'll be ready for a big fight. Get your confidence back up, though, man. Like, after losing like that, getting humbled like that, getting made to look easy, it's tough. It's tough. When you're used to fighting, just think about Teofimo's first loss. You know, in that fight, him and Cambosos went at it. And he lost because he started actually boxing too late. He was already well behind on the cards. But if it wasn't because of that, he could have won that fight. Side, Taco Bell Tio. Let's check it out. You know, in Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, he did look like a Taco Bell burrito roller. Look at that. You want to tell me? Right after the fight, he went to work the third shift at Taco Bell, manufacturing chalupas. Big boss. Tio is washed and a racist and got made to look like a Taco Bell third shift janitor. Pass the track. He got knocked on his ass in that fight too. Beat up. I'm gonna tell you guys what though. Like, Tio, he drew the short straw for this fight. He drew the short straw because this opponent that he got for the IBF belt, he might actually lose again. He could get beat. He better show up and be the best version of himself. Forget about Shakur making him look like he worked at Taco Bell and be a championship fighter. Because this dude, and let me just say this, right? That fight was mandated at 140. And I point that out because Teofimo had already said that he was going to 147. Is he going to move up or is he going to stay at 140 and get that title shot? I believe if he thinks he can win that fight, he'll fight him, get that title, and then move up to 147. Vacate and move up, but that'll be another accomplishment. That's how I think it plays out. Big Boss, he should fight Richardson Hitchens. I like that fight. I like that fight. But for him to fight Richardson Hitchens, I believe he has to sign with Zufa Boxing. And there's been talks. There's been talks that supposedly he might go there. If he goes there, I believe we get that fight. And I said this before. Zufa Boxing, they need to bring stars or names that are in the same division so that now you can start making these big fights. Because look at the guy Jai Opataya fought. Who the hell know that dude? Nobody. Who's Edgar Berlanga going to fight? Is he going to fight somebody we never heard of? Look at Conor Ben. Conor Ben, they had to bring in Regis Prograis to fight because Regis ain't no Zufa fighter. So the point is, the more names they bring in, the more big matchups they could put together. And right now, if Teofimo Lopez wants to go with Zufa Boxing, now they got a great opponent for Richardson Hitchens, a big fight, a big headliner. That would be the biggest headliner for Zufa Boxing if they could make that happen. The letter M, but remember, only because he fought an elite class, top tier Shakur. Teo, nothing to play with. Now you're right, Teo's a great fighter. Teofimo Lopez, all we have to do is look at the resume, look at the accomplishments. He's a great fighter. But he did get made to look like a Taco Bell chalupa manufacturer. Side, Wendy's manager Glanton, Trent Thomas, peace and blessings, Jay. No ghost watching, my people. Salute, family. I be trying to tell them, bro, hit the damn like button. Double tap the screen. It's either ghost watching or sneak hating. Side, Zufa only doing the OG weight classes. No more super weight classes. Big Boss. Berlanga need to rematch Shiraz. Big Boss. Come on, Big Boss. How you gonna say that? You wanna see Berlanga get killed? Killed. Did you not see the first fight, bro? Like, what? You saw how the stoppage came? Bro beat the shit out of him. Why would you wish that type of harm upon Edgar Berlanga, bro? Nah, he don't need that get back. He don't need that. He don't need Shiraz in his life, my guy. Hakeem, Teo can beat Conor Ben next for real. That's a good fight. Teofimo Lopez, Conor Ben, that's a big fight. And they can actually do it, you know, on Zufa, Paramount Plus. Stage their biggest event. Big Boss, he need his get back. I don't think he want that smoke, bro. I don't think he want it. The type of beating that he took, I don't know. The letter M, Berlanga will get coffin dropped by Shiraz. Side, I want to see Berlanga knocked out again. He took the beating of a lifetime, bro. The beating of a lifetime. Jay is that Jay Smith with the Muppet voice. Side, he keeps saying Shiraz cheated. He feels cheated. But that's how hard Shiraz punches. That he thought, damn, that nigga gotta have something in his hands. He gotta have some. The letter M. Shiraz is the king of New York now. You see what I'm talking about? Due to Edgar Berlanga, now Hamza Shiraz is the king of New York. There you have it. So, but I will say I seen an interview somewhere, no cap, where Berlanga said that he want to get that get back with Shiraz. But is he just saying that? Like, if I got my ass whoop, I might say, yeah, I want to get my get back, though. I need my get back. But inside my head, I'm like, I ain't trying to fight that motherfucker. Fuck out of here. You think I'm trying to get killed? Big boss. Who else can Berlanga fight? But I was asking that question yesterday, Big Boss. He on Zufa Boxing. You tell me, my G. He's on that side of the street. And I'm just going to point out, it's already been the first 6 Zufa cards. There's never been a fight thus far where in a Zufa card, one of those fighters is fighting somebody within the sanctioning bodies, either for their title or an eliminator or anything along those lines. 100% of the Zufa fights have been in-house. So that tells us right there that Edgar Berlanga is going to fight somebody who is signed to Zufa Boxing. Is it going to be like Shiraz? Will he end up in the ring with somebody that we don't know, that we never seen? Or they just going to put somebody there to get beat up? Young Guns, Jay Smith, do you like fighters getting a title shot off of a loss? That's an interesting question. I think it depends. That's not a black and white question. I think there's a gray area. And I'm going to tell you why. If you fight and you just get pummeled out there, you get knocked out, you get stopped, brutalized, then I don't think you should get a title shot right after that. No way. Impossible. Now, if you're the number one guy and you went to war and that shit was a split decision, it was crazy. Some people thought you should have won that fight, then I'm okay with you getting a title shot right after. The letter M, outside is get back. But in my head, I'm not fighting you again. Hell no. I need to tell the people I want my get back. But right here, man, hell no. Side, if it's a close fight or they're a long-standing champion, you see what I'm saying? Then that's fair enough. But let me give you an example. Look at Teofimo Lopez. You think after getting made to look like a Taco Bell, what they call them, temp employees, when you hired through a temp agency, like a Taco Bell temp agency part-time employee. Once he get made to look like that by Shakur Stevenson, you think a rematch is even worthy or a title shot right there? But I guess Teofimo, because of all his accomplishments and everything he's done, that can be taken into consideration. Now, he just lost his title, so that's different. You see, if you lost your title, getting a title shot right away, yes, you're coming off of a loss, but you're getting that respect off of the fact that you was just a world champion. So I'm with that. I'm okay with that. Trent Thomas, Berlanga speak a lot of smoke. Yeah, but it don't look like he wanted, though. It don't look like he wanted a lot of smoke. Not right now. Young Guns, bam. Big Boss, title shots only for rematches. Big Boss, after a loss. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Side, he told him coming for his belt. Ooh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. Trent Thomas, some fights are too close to call. Yes, the letter M. Damn, Teo don't even got a schedule. He a temp. I'm telling you, he went in through a temp agency. So Taco Bell don't even acknowledge that he worked there. Aroma Sound. Ryan got a title shot after losing a title shot. He got knocked down and looked terrible. He got a title shot. Talk to the WBC. Wait, you mad at me? Talk to Mauricio the Goofball Sulaiman. But Ryan Garcia capitalized, right? He got a title shot. And what he did, walked out of there with the W and put together the best performance of his career. There you have it. JJ Zayas, Taco Bell World Champion Burrito Roller. That's the next title he's gonna get. Chalupa Manufacturing World Title Holder, Teofimo Lopez. Add that to the resume. My peoples, did you guys see that Ryan Garcia expressed interest in a rematch with Tank Davis? He actually want that rematch. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Side, Ryan got the brown paper bag belt. Big boss. A good fight for Berlanga is Demetrius Andrade. I like that fight. I don't see, I'm going to tell you what though, I don't see Berlanga being able to outbox Boo Boo. I don't see it, but if he could hurt him, he could win that fight. He could land a big shot, boom, and get Boo Boo hurt, he could win it. But you're not outboxing him. Marie, BUC De La Hoya in court against Nick Khan from Zufa. I'm going to tell you guys what, man. De La Hoya and Nico Ali Wash, they shredded them. They shredded them. Good stuff from Oscar De La Hoya. The letter M. Sulaiman is the goofiest of the oofiest forever. Trent Thomas. If it's a definite loss, Teo management isn't good. Side. David did Boo Boo dirty. Yeah, David put hands on him. But Boo Boo moved up and you could see the difference in power, man. Benavidez was just too strong for him. Because Boo Boo had his moments in that fight. But every time he got hit, you could see the difference. JJ said that's 18 likes. Golly, that's diabolical. We've been going at it for an hour. 1 hour. I'm like, damn, if we got 1 like a minute, 1 like per minute, it would be 50 likes right now. 1 like per minute. Golly. But man, he put the beats, the Swiss, the Dre, and the Apple beats on Boo Boo. But what do you guys think about Ryan Garcia winning a rematch with Tank Davis? Is this a fight that could happen? Or that's it, the ship sailed? With Ryan Garcia being in the welterweight division, Tank Davis will come back to 140, presumably. Has the ship sailed on this fight? Will Tank Davis ever fight at the welterweight division? Is it going to happen? Marie, Nick Khan exposed the sanctioning bodies, especially WBC, for having 193 champions and created many weight classes to make more money. 193 champions plus all the fees. Oh my God, that's the biggest scam. So let me say this, right? From both sides, they put together a good argument. But I'm going to tell you what made the sanctioning body argument a better one. What made them, why I'm saying they have a more solid argument. I want you to think about this. And this is something that Nico Ali Wash stated. With the current system, fighters have leverage because it allows different promoters to bid for your services. So if you get to a certain level, this promoter could offer you $5 million, but this promoter could offer you $8 million. We just saw with Conor Ben, who reportedly got $15 million for one fight and walked away from Eddie Hearn because of it. So as a fighter, put yourself in the fighter's feet. As a fighter, you want to have leverage. You want to be able to get the best deal possible. Well, what Zufa, TKO, and them want to do is centralize boxing the way that UFC is centralized. In a way, it's a monopoly. Why? Because, well, you already see it on Zufa Boxing. Fighters don't have freedom. to promote with their shorts or with their shoes or with anything. They can't promote anything. Why? Because what the Ali Act does is that it separates entities to give leverage to the fighters. Zufa takes that away like they do in UFC. So what I mean by that, in UFC, they promote the event, they manage the fighters, and they do everything themselves. So there is nobody else that could offer the fighters more money. There is nobody else that they could negotiate with. They're stuck only fighting there. Meanwhile, in boxing right now, a fighter could say, okay, I'm done with Golden Boy. I'm going to go to Matchroom. I'm done with Top Rank. I'm going to go to Golden Boy. I'm done with Matchroom. I'm going to go to PBC. Fighters have those options. I don't want to be with PBC anymore. I'm going to go to Queensbury. I'm going to go to Pro Box. They have options. Those options would disappear if you centralize boxing and you force a system. This is exactly what, when you don't understand this, this is exactly what the Ali Act was meant for. So that if you're the promoter, you cannot also be the manager. You can't promote. I could have my own manager. You can't be everything. You can't be the promoter, the matchmaker, the manager, the everything. That's why do you guys think we see UFC fighters go to boxing? They're going over there for the money. Do you see fighters going to the UFC? We've seen how many UFC fighters get knocked out in boxing for a bag. Bro, you got knocked out. Look at Nagano by AJ, knocked out. But it was for the bag. Do you see boxers in the octagon getting their arm twisted for a bag? Have you seen a fighter getting put in a full Nelson for a bag? Nope. You haven't seen it because they're not paying like that. So there's a system in place that is put together in UFC because they built the UFC. I don't think that you should be able to bring that system into boxing. Young Guns, all the fighters before UFC, Reebok deal, you as the fighter could make money of wearing sponsors of shorts after every fighter had to wear the same uniform. But that's what I'm telling you. They turned the UFC into something where ultimately the fighters are not going to be happy. Look, let me give it to you like this. When you're looking for an opportunity, you do anything to get your foot in the door. If right now the zone give me a call and say, yo, we're going to hire you, but for this whole year, you're going to make $500 a week for the whole year. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know why? Because I know that I'm going to be on a platform that's going to allow me to grow. That's going to allow me to gain new opportunities. But after that year is up, and I've already met a lot of people, worked with a lot of people made offers. After that year is up, I'm not going to want to take those $500 anymore a week. Because now I made a name for myself. Now a lot of people supported me. Now I got a brand deal with such and such. I'm not going to want no $500 a week anymore. It's the same thing with the fighters. To get the foot in the door, to get an opportunity to fight, you're going to take certain deals. But eventually, you're going to be unhappy. So right now, Zufa is in their honeymoon stage. Everybody coming in, everybody. But it's going to end up being just like with the others, with the other promotions. You're going to have fighters who are making a shitload of money, who are happy, balling out of control, and you're gonna have fighters who are not making a lot of money, who are not happy, who are saying, "Well, I want to get out of here." That's how it happens. You're gonna see guys leaving Zufa and signing with the promoters, and you're also gonna see fighters leaving from the promoters and going to Zufa. You're gonna see it both ways. Ramirez, we need Shakur versus Rollies. That's a good fight. They had beef before. Yeah, man, but Rollies welterweight. And he's not going to do a rehydration clause. But you can forget about that. Rolly's definitely not going to agree to no rehydration clause. So that's why I'm not even matching Shakur with anybody in the welterweight division. Why? He's already said that he's not going to fight any of them unless they have a rehydration clause. And they have stated that they're not down with it. That's it. Young Guns, Jay Smith, got to take that slave contract to get the foot in the door. Sometimes that's how it go. Sometimes that's how it go. You got to take the bullshit deal and then go from there. Ramirez, why is nobody asking for Shakur versus Rollies? I mean, they're not in the same division, bro. Why would people ask for two fighters that are not in the same weight class? One is at welterweight, and one literally just made his debut at 140. What are you talking about, Ramirez? Big Boss, right that get back with Rollies. I think at some point, they're going to have to make that fight. Because it's going to be a big one. Of course, Rollies can't lose. Rolly got to hold on to that belt. I think he's going to have to defend versus mandatory because he couldn't make nothing happen with Devin and with anybody else. So let's see. He got to defend that title. And him versus Ryan Garcia could be in play. It's a unification fight. So it's actually bigger than the first time around. Ramirez, how weight make you better? I never said that weight make you better. I said that people in different weight classes don't fight each other. Why would you call for a fighter to fight somebody that's in a different weight class? That doesn't make sense. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Side, Rolly versus Conor, a good fight. Rolly versus Conor Ben is a fight that would be very entertaining. Styles make fights. Styles make fights. We know what Rollies bring to the table. We know Conor Ben, how he like to apply that pressure, the power. They both got power. I think that's an explosive fight. I'd like to see it. Big Boss, I think Rolly would beat Conor. Look, I'm not sure how that fight plays out. But again, the moment Conor Ben decided to sign with Zufa Boxing, I already say he's not fighting none of these guys. He's not. Let's think about it. Dana White is playing hardball with the sanctioning bodies and with the promoters. And none of them are fucking with him. So, how exactly? That's why Oscar De La Hoya was smart in the way that he phrased it. He didn't say you calling out Ryan Garcia. He said you're calling out Ryan Garcia and all these other champions. How are you going to fight them when they got you over there only fighting for that piece of shit belt? So it's a problem. It's a problem. Let's see who's going to be his first opponent. Javier, rehydration clauses will make one fighter weaker. I don't think there's going to be. You know, that's why I said before, I don't expect Shakur to fight Rollies or anyone else at 147 because he's not trying to move up and just fight straight up like that. Young Guns, Jay Smith, I'm not sure if you touched on this, but I've seen a lot of channels talking about Devin Haney going to Zufa to fight Hitchens or Ben. Yesterday we touched on it. We didn't really spend too much time. But we did say that Devin Haney is the only one of the few who could make that fight because he's independent. You know that Ryan Garcia, obviously, he's not going nowhere. He's with Golden Boy. Fighter who's with Golden Boy, with Top Rank, with Matchroom, is not going over there. But Devin Haney, he's independent. He's his own boss. So if he wants to, he could sign a one-fight deal with Zufa Boxing and actually fight on a Zufa card. Big Boss, He got to realize boxing politics ain't MMA politics, man. He trying to make it. They really pushing for that. Side, he'll fight another layup at 147. So I got to say this. With Zufa Boxing, they're doing a really good job with the matchmaking. If I've watched the first 6 cards, I was calling most of those fights. They doing good. Good competitive fights. You see fighters losing their O. But I will say, so far, Zufa is 100% in-house. So we're gonna see, look at Jai Opataya. He fought somebody we don't know, we never heard of. We're gonna see fighters from Zufa, stars signing with Zufa and then facing somebody that we never heard of. Because they still building that roster. But they still gonna fight a good opponent, a tough opponent. Look at Edgar Berlanga. I'm wondering if Edgar Berlanga is gonna be able to become a champion on Zufa. Because them dudes, they signing some real good fighters. Some of those guys are unknown, we never heard of them, are nice. Gabriel Pebenito, I had never heard of him. Watched him, devastating blow. Pebenito knocked his opponent out in brutal fashion. Can't remember what weight class he's in. I think maybe 140. Gabriel Pebenito, my peoples. So Zufa Boxing is signing quality fighters and making it interesting. So you're going to see them signing more stars, and eventually they'll be able to match them up to make these big Zufa cards with stars heading the card. Look right now, Teofimo Lopez. He could end up on Zufa Boxing and fighting Richardson Hitchens in the welterweight division. That's a possibility. If that happens, that will be a main event to a major Zufa card. Big Boss plus Oscar and Dana don't like each other. Oh man, don't like each other. You're putting it nicely. They hate each other's guts. Your green thumb. Salute, family. Bam. Melker X. Salute, OG. Hope you've been well. Haven't been and tuned in the news of boxing because of school and work. Any major news as of late? Salute, family. Appreciate you tuning in. We doing what we do. Let me give you guys this update, man, because this is a breaking news, actually, and I posted about it. Floyd Mayweather's latest social media post is what you see right there. Battle of the Legends, June 27th. Floyd Money Mayweather versus Iron Mike Zambides. Floyd posted that this morning on his Instagram. This morning. That means that we don't know when Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao is happening officially. But this exhibition fight, I'm assuming it's an exhibition, is going down in June. There you go. And this is official tissue. Now, that's something that kind of worries me, to be honest with y'all. Because I take a look and I say, wait a minute. When I see Floyd Mayweather's IG, if you go to his Instagram right now, you'll notice that was his last post. What you see in the background right here. He posted that this morning, 2 hours ago. He posted it. And the caption reads, "It's official." Right? Okay, I like that. It's official tissue. It's going down. But here's what I don't understand, my people. As I'm looking at Floyd Mayweather's Instagram, there isn't a single post confirming Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Not one single post. I don't get it. Big Boss, No Pac-Man or tune-up before Pac-Man. I mean, look, that Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao fight is supposedly happening. They signed contracts. Supposedly, they both took upfront money. But it's like I just told you guys. Look, I'm looking at Floyd Mayweather's Instagram, right? And there isn't a single... Damn, man, I'm trying to make this shit be visible. There isn't a single post about Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. But there is this post right here that you see right behind me. I think that guy maybe is a kickboxing guy too. So why exactly will Floyd post this fight but not his rematch with Pacquiao? Big boss, Zay, Floyd took the bread and ran. Nah, he didn't take the money and run because, you know, they've been saying that they talking and that they try to make the fight happen. But ultimately, we haven't gotten a confirmation from Floyd Mayweather himself that he's fighting him. For real. Javier, if it's a professional fight, I'm betting one stack on Manny. Oh, it's going to be a professional fight. That's the only way to do it. It's already signed, done deal. Big boss, Floyd should fight Tank. It's already a done deal. Look, here's the interesting thing about what we see on social media. I want you to take this into consideration. Floyd posted this fight, this exhibition on June 27th, right? He has not posted about a rematch with Pac-Man at all. If you go to his Instagram, social media, YouTube, nothing about no rematch. It's like it's not even happening. But then you go to Netflix, you scroll down to February, and you're going to find that Netflix posted that fight. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. They posted the date, and they said on the Sphere in Vegas. Crazy thing about that, Floyd himself said, it's going to be an exhibition, but we don't know where at yet. We're not sure. But Netflix already said in the Sphere. Now you think a juggernaut, a giant like Netflix is going to post that fight, venue, date, fighter images, logos, everything, without contracts already being signed? You think Netflix is going to do that? Marie, I think Floyd does that so he can promote this fight more. And after that, he will promote Manny fight. Young Guns. It's above my pay grade. But I'm surprised Floyd would need a cash advance after all that money he made. I mean, that's the thing, man. Floyd has made a lot of money, but he has also spent a lot of money. So, I don't know. And here's the thing. When you invest money, you also never know. Because think about this for a second. Let's say right now I got $5 million. Right now I got $5 million to my name. And I decide I want to invest. I want to buy those 2 buildings that they're selling them for $5 million. I'm going to buy them. I'm not going to be left with no money, but I'm going to own the 2 buildings. And everything that I make from it is going to be mine. Well, now I need money. Now I need a loan. Now I need an advance. But I'm broke because I spent $5 million on those 2 buildings, not because I'm actually broke. So there's lots of different scenarios that see Floyd as a millionaire who's just dealing with a situation, but he's still a millionaire. Like I told you, it could be the difference between, damn, man, I'm not going to be able to afford the Bugatti, man. I'm going to have to get the fucking Ferrari and the Lambo. Fuck it. I guess the Aventador V12 will do just fine. Like, that's Floyd Mayweather broke right there. Young Guns. No, Melkart. Netflix don't post nothing if it's not verified and signed. That's what I'm talking about. When Netflix posts something like that, it's a done deal. They already got contracts in hand and everything. And the thing about Netflix, Melcar, guess what? They never took that post down. If you go to the Netflix Instagram right now and you scroll to February, you'll find that post sitting there. Which means even when Floyd publicly said that it was going to be an exhibition and that they didn't have a venue yet that he don't know, they still left it up. That tells you right there. Pugilism. Floyd too connected. His true value always been his health and boxing skills. As long as he has that, he will always be asset to anybody trying to showcase and wash money in a prize fight. Pugilism, you gotta understand something. Your physical, it leaves you. And when it does leave you, there's nothing that you could do about it. Look, Oscar De La Hoya says something that was interesting. He said Floyd Mayweather, the moment that he can't fight anymore, that he can't step in the ring and make all those millions of dollars, within 10 years he'll go broke. That's from Oscar De La Hoya. You want to hear something interesting? The last time Floyd Mayweather was in the ring was 9 years ago versus Conor McGregor. Let that sizzle in your spirit. And you see everything that's going on now. That he's being sued, that some apartment owes money, all type of shit. All type of shit. So I want you to think about it. Is it possible that Floyd Mayweather could be in financial trouble based on the lifestyle that he lives? Maybe, maybe not. But I will say this. There's definitely an obsession with Money Mayweather's money, with Floyd Mayweather's finances. There's an obsession with it. Why I say that? Because think about it. Floyd Mayweather lives a wealthy lifestyle every single day. Why are we worried about him? We got a 9-to-5, a regular car, live in a regular place, don't got a mansion, don't got a collection of supercars. Why are we worried about a dude who lives that type of life? And you know what? Yesterday somebody said something that I was like, I believe you. He said people are obsessed with Money Mayweather's money because they want to see him go down. So it's almost like they're celebrating. They see all these reports. Floyd is broke. Floyd running out of money. Floyd is in debt. He owes this and he owes that. And they celebrate it. And they want it to be real. They want him to be broke. Pugilism. The material gains don't define Floyd. It's his skills and health. Well, pugilism, you got to see how the people in general, Floyd Mayweather, because you're saying it don't define Floyd. Well, if you go to his Instagram, that's exactly what defines Floyd. If you go there, it's going to be the chain collection, the watch collection, the car collection, the mansion collection, the entourage, the Birkin bag collection, I'm not sure what you're talking about, like pugilism, Money Mayweather. Look at the nickname, bro. Money Mayweather. Think about it. Floyd Mayweather's entire image is built on money made, is built on wealth, on the most expensive cars, the most expensive everything. So you're saying, no, it's not, those things don't define Floyd. Those are the things that have actually come to define him after he retired. After he started making hundreds of millions of dollars, those are the things that do define him. That's why you see the haters celebrating. That's why you see the haters posting nonstop about how he's... Think about this for a second. It was probably like a month ago that they first posted the news about the penthouse that they're gonna take from him, or that supposedly owe like $7 million, and things started to come up, right? Like 2 months ago. I spoke about it. I did a show about it. But why do people keep repeating the same things over and over and over? Why? That sounds like some agenda building type of shit to me. Because it's not like we're getting new information. Okay, if something new comes up, we talk about it. Oh shit, look what happened. But they posted the same thing over and over and repeating the same thing over and over. Why? What's the narrative to want Floyd to be broke? And I'm telling you, people celebrated because Floyd, he liked to flaunt his money. He's always done it. Money Mayweather. Look at the nickname he chose for himself. Money Mayweather. Right? Look. It's common to see images of Floyd in front of money, with a bag full of money, pulling out money, showing watch collections, chain collections, diamonds collections. That's what Floyd do. Money made. So people now celebrate when they see reports that he's going through a downhill right now. Pass the track. U.S. love to see people fall. Young guns. Not me. And you broke. But he's struggling in the same terms of his lifestyle. That could be true. That could be true. For his own lifestyle, he's not able to do some of the things that he's used to doing. No, now he just can't. Maybe he can't fly around privately in his own private jet. Now he got to charter a jet to be able to fly privately. So there's things that can happen. But ultimately, and I'm going to tell you what, look, this is not just Floyd Mayweather. This is real life stuff. And I'm going to tell you how. What makes it real life stuff? Think about people who make a lot of money. Right? You have two types of people that make a lot of money. There's somebody out there right now. I know people like that. I know you guys know some people like that make a lot of money. Filthy, filthy. But you see them in the street, they look like an average Joe. Like a regular dude. You see them driving a nice car, but nothing out of this world. You see them dressing $80 shoes, $30, $40 jeans, $20, $30 shirts. Regular. No jewelry. A fucking $50 Casio watch. And be filthy. But then, and look, I'm going to put it to you like this. I met somebody that I never knew that they was a millionaire until I went to their house. Never knew. Known for years. Years. We'd known each other. Hung out. Don't know. Got invited to the nigga house. Oh, shit. What the fuck? It's the type of house that when you go, you look around. The size of... If your whole house fit in somebody's front yard, then you're like, okay, yeah. He got that. He got it. And I never knew. But then there's people, and I'm going to tell you why I'm making that comparison. There's people who have a lot of money, and they always make sure to tell everybody that they got a lot of money. Floyd Mayweather, come on, my peoples. Number one, Floyd Money Mayweather. Exhibit A. Exhibit B, all you have to do is look at his social media. And I'm going to tell you something. For a little bit of time, Floyd changed a little bit what he was posting. Because then you started seeing him posting about stuff that he's promoting and brand deals that he got. Like, let's say he's promoting a drink or something or a headphone or whatever it is. Posting about stuff like that too. Stuff that he's promoting. His businesses, his club. But there was a time where Floyd Mayweather, all of his posts was, yeah, look at this ring, I pay $1 million for this ring. Next post, yeah, this the most expensive chain, and look at the diamond cuts, and blah, blah, blah. Next post, yeah, I paid this much for this mink right here, I'm the only one that got it. Next post, yeah, that's my private jet right there. Every single one of Floyd Mayweather's posts was about material stuff that he got, that you can't afford. So when you do that, fans are going to be split. There's going to be fans that are going to say, fuck it, talk your shit. It's your money. You made it. Talk your shit. And then there's going to be the fans that are going to be like, man, F this motherfucker. Always throwing money in people's face. Enjoy your fucking money and shut the fuck up, Floyd. So, those people who don't take well to that, they're going to celebrate. They're going to be happy. Any news that come out about Floyd being broke and Floyd owing money and IRS and all that other stuff, they're going to be celebrating that shit. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing people just talking about what happened or what's going on. I'm seeing them celebrating that shit. Mickey Rourke. The devil is busy this morning, Jay Smith. But God is busier. Time for this money train. Bam! Salute, family. Javier Reina. I do not think Floyd is going broke. He is because Manny has talked him into it. This fight, if it happens, is right for Manny. I don't think it's fair to say that it's for Manny. I think it's more reasonable to see it that it's for both. They both gonna get a bag. They're both, in their late 40s. They should both be retired. So I think if you got to put the same weight on both of them. Pasta track. My brother-in-law is worth like $60 million and drives a 15-year-old truck and jeans and a T-shirt. I'm telling you. But here's something interesting though. You see how he's worth $60 million? Right now, there's somebody out there who is worth $6 million. And he has a Rolls Royce, a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. Those are his 3 main cars. Right there in the garage that he drives every day. Then he got a couple more that he don't even use. Oh, for that $6 million. So there's the difference. Your friend acquired a level. That's a different level. There you have it. But somebody once told me something, and I said, yo, if I run into money, I'm always gonna remember that. He was like, compare the people who've always had money versus the people who never had money and got money. And you're gonna notice that when it comes to their money, they act different. And he said that's because most people who never had money, when they get money, they don't know how to have money. Because now that they finally got it, what they want to do the most is say, look at my money, look, I got money. Look, I got money, look, I got money, look, I got the newest shit, look, this the newest shit, that's how I got money. Constantly, I got money. Because they never had it. Don't know how to have money. So, most of the people who grew up having money, they sitting right there with you, and they giving you no signs of having money. Have no interest in talking about money at all. There will be no money conversations. There's some people out there that I know right now that got a lot of money. That unless it's the vehicle I seen them in, I don't know what they got in their garage. I have no idea. I know there's a few in there, but I don't know what's up in there. So I always said, if I run into something, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be that guy that When you see me, you won't even know I got money. You won't even know. Zayas has 27 likes, my peoples. 9:20 in the morning, 27 likes. After an hour and a half, that's diabolical. Pass a track. Oh, my brother-in-law has his toys. He's into farming and gets all sorts of tractors and shit, muscle cars. He won't lend you a penny though. Ah, so there. See, there you have it. There you have it. If you got the money, of course, you gotta have your toys, the things that you want. But there you have it right there. Won't lend nobody a penny. Well, he earned that money. You know, at one point, I never had a lot of money like that, but I saw a few bucks here and there. And at one point, I helped people out with money. And I realized, like now I've done it, you know, when you got a regular job, there's gonna be somebody talking about, yo, can you let me borrow $100 or some shit like that, stupid shit. But back then, I was, here. And now, if you tell me, yo, Jay, let me borrow this much, I'm gonna be like, I don't lend money, but I know this place over there where you could go to and they lend money. You know, go to the spot where they lend money, because I'm not in that business. That's it. That's my standardized answer for anybody that want me to lend them money. Young Guns, Jay Smith. I seen a video of AB the other day, and man, he looked like a junkie alcoholic. It felt just like the other day AB was filming himself flushing money down the toilet, literally. I feel so bad for Adrian Broner, man, because he allowed his personal life to cut his career short. And he could have accomplished more. He could have won more titles, been involved in more big fights. Instead, he allowed his personal life to take over. I feel bad for Adrian Broner, man. He could have been a great story. Instead, look. Jay is that's exactly Jay Smith. You have to learn how to take care of money before you have money in order to keep it. That's a fact. That is a fact. Because I'm going to tell you something. When I saw a little bit of money, I didn't know shit about money. Blew it. Blow it. I didn't know nothing to do with it but just spend it. So when I get my next opportunity, I'll be wise. 722 Marine. I know a lady from my old church who is worth well in 8 digits, who still work and caught the bus sometimes. She's a globetrotter, but you would never know unless she revealed it to you. Pasta track, I did that too. It's an experience. It happens. If it, hi, bam, make it wrong, AB. It's the definition of what the Bible warns us. A fool and his money shall soon part. Man, AB parted with his money and with his damn sanity. Pugilism, boxing entrenched across all industries. Best prize fighters in boxing has the most crossover appeal. As long as they still healthy and carry the boxing IQ, it'll always have value. Finesse the game. The problem with what you're saying is that you're not considering cumulative damage. You're not taking that into consideration. You look at Floyd and you just look at his physical skills. You don't take into consideration how many punches Floyd actually ate during those 50 fights. You don't take into consideration how many punches he's actually taken in exhibitions. You just know that those are exhibitions. That don't mean nothing. That's nothing. You're not understanding that these guys go into exhibitions with Floyd Mayweather trying to make a name for themselves, actually trying to beat him up, actually trying to do something. And you know what happens in those exhibitions? Floyd Mayweather eats 3, 4, 5 big hard shots. But because he played with them and beat them up for 6, 7, 8 rounds, it overshadows the fact that a 46, 47, 48-year-old man is getting punched in the head. And it could be 3, 4 times per exhibition fight, but those add up. So if Floyd Mayweather goes by your advice, as long as you can do it physically, keep it going, he'll end up punch drunk. Because he won't accept those punches are adding up. And over time, you 50 years old, you 55 years old, you still got the physical skills. Your body telling you I could still do it. But those 2, 3 punches to the dome piece, my guy, then when Floyd Mayweather punch drunk, you'll be the first one saying, yo, he stuck around too long, man. You should have left. Why he didn't leave earlier? Because that's what people don't understand. Even with Floyd Mayweather being the greatest defensive fighter of all time, he took punishment as a professional fighter. He ate some hard punches during those 50 fights. You think not? Of course. And do you think the 48, 49-year-old brain takes those punches in the same fashion? Do you not understand that a punch that you could take at 23 years old, that same punch hit you in the dome piece, at 50 years old, you might get your skull cracked because your bone density ain't even the same at that age? Come on, my God. It's not just about your ability. The damage that you've taken in your brain, it cannot be quantified. You don't know how many concussions Floyd Mayweather has seen. And to be in the ring at 49, if the only thing that you're focusing is as long as your physical ability, do you, bro, I'm glad that you're just watching boxing and not involved in it, because you will be getting people killed, bro. You'll be getting fighters killed. Murked. Pass the track. You're rolling the dice, investing in the stock market nowadays. I'll tell you what, man. I've been wanting to get into it, but I'm not going to, because you shouldn't get in the stock market without having a real good sense of what you're doing. Just because you know a little bit doesn't mean you're going to have success. So that's something. And plus, I want to be more financially stable. I don't want to be in a situation that if the shit crash and I lose my stocks, I'm going crazy. Oh, shit, man, the stocks collapse. I got to sell my car. I don't want to find myself in some crazy shit like that. Pugilism, most definitely not the same as he gets older. But his accolades and brand allows him to accept fights on his terms and pays big fights until he dies if he chooses. Much better shape than Ali was. Yeah, but look at his age. Look at his age. Taking punishment at that age? Nah. If you got, look, I would say if you got the money, do what Terrence Crawford did. You see that? Terrence Crawford, he'll never fight again. That's it. He wealthy. Because that's what you have to, look, pugilism, I would just say this. Put yourself in a fighter's feet. Because it's easy to say it from your side. Keep fighting. If you can, you might as well keep getting punched in the head. Or from your side, it's easy to say that. Put yourself in a fighter's feet. If you're wealthy, you got money, you got generational wealth, are you going to step in the ring? You really going to get punched in the head for money at 50 years old? You're going to get punched in your dome piece for money at 50 years old if you're wealthy? Hell no. Hell no. That's why you see fighters with money retiring in their 30s in the first place. Side, but left at the right time. 38 years old is the perfect age to retire. Perfect. Right at the end of your prime. That means that if you retire at 38, you will not fight in a diminished state. You will not fight as someone who isn't the same anymore. Because I expect Floyd Mayweather to beat Manny Pacquiao. But is he going to be the same? Hell no. At 49 years old, how much can you really expect? 722 Marine, yeah. But did it the right way, of course. Of course he did it the right way. Come on, my people. That's the right way to do it. Terrence Crawford accomplished what no fighter ever has, as far as becoming undisputed in 3 divisions during the 4-belt era, so somebody don't say some goofy shit. And not only that, he did it by jumping up 2 divisions and fighting the guy people said he was gonna lose to. Let that sizzle in your spirit, my people. You know how many people went in here in this show and Boxing for Breakfast and told me that Canelo was gonna knock him out? Canelo's gonna knock him out. He's too little. I know you guys remember the good old, if Gamboa wobbled him at 140, imagine what Canelo's gonna do to him. I know y'all remember that. What happened? What happened? How did that help Canelo? He fought Gamboa like 100 divisions down. How was that gonna help Canelo 10 years later? It did not help him. But then if you go back a bit further, before the Errol Spence fight, if Gamboa hurt him, imagine what Errol's gonna do to him. And what happened? Bud gave Errol the beating of a lifetime. Sad. That's why he's a GOAT. Pasta track. I got Manny again in this match. Ooh, you got Manny Pacquiao beating Floyd Mayweather like that? That's how you doing it these days? Come on, man. Pasta track. Honestly, and I know you're going to disagree, Jay, but I think Canelo's power has always been overrated. I'm going to say this. I don't think that his power is overrated. I would say that he just moved up to a division where guys is too big and his power is not as effective anymore. At 175, you saw what people did to him. Beat him up. Beat the shit out of him. But at 168, he's good. Still don't show the same power that we saw at 160. But historically, that's what happens when a fighter keeps moving up in weight. You got to remember, Canelo started his career at 154. I think he may have done a fight at welterweight, a fight or two. But in reality, his career, did he do a fight at welterweight? Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But still, Canelo's a 154-pounder who then went to 160. And now 168, you don't see that. You don't see the same. I don't think it's overrated. Let me give you an example. Look at Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya was knocking everybody out in the welterweight division. Then he went to 154. At 160, I don't even think he got a stoppage at 160. So that's the thing. You know, you could. Same with Manny Pacquiao. In the lower weight classes, he stopped a lot of people. Once he got to welterweight, that's it. That's it. Once he got to the welterweight division, you saw Manny Pacquiao stop knocking people out. That's just the reality. So, but I'm also going to point this out since we're talking about the knockout. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, with Floyd being 49 years old and Manny Pacquiao being 47, nobody's going to get knocked out in this fight. I don't see that happening. But it could turn out to be a better fight than the first one. Could actually turn out to be a better fight than the first one. Why do I say that? I want you to think about this. At 49 years old, Floyd is not going to have the same footwork. Not going to have the same footwork. You cannot expect him to have the footwork of 30-something-year-old Mayweather. Not happening. Right? Because of that, I say Manny's going to apply pressure and Floyd is going to stand in the pocket with him and trade leather. And they're going to go back and forth. They're going to go back and forth. It's going to be a good fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. And that's why I think it's going to be better than the first one. You're not going to see as much movement from Floyd Mayweather all over the ring as you saw in the first fight. Young Guns, so really 147, when you think about it, because of age. Pasta Track, I'm really bummed out today, Jay Smith. And the show made it a little bit better. I'm glad, my guy. I'm glad you're getting this healthy dosage of sweet science Mondays through Fridays. And by the way, Pasta Track, remember, at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, at lunchtime, I got you with the Box Center update. Everybody remember, I'm going live, 12 o'clock Eastern Time, Box Center update. And then tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. By the way, not a lot of people in here right now, only 14 of us. Let me just tell you guys something. I'm working on a stream. I was going to do this on Kick, but somebody told me to do it on YouTube. I think I'm going to do it here. I'm going to do, my peoples, first, a 12-hour stream. I'm going to stream from 9 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. 12 hours straight. Then a week later, I'm going to stream for 24 hours straight. Think about that, my peoples. I'm going to go live for the whole day and overnight up until the next day, 24 hours straight. Just to give you a clue, for the 12-hour stream, which I want to do it next week. I'm going to do a survey so that you guys tell me what's the day that you think is better. I'm going to do it on YouTube. It's going to be here, right here. A 12-hour stream. 12 hours of boxing, my peoples. Straight up. You got to be a boxing lunatic. 12 hours of boxing. And to give you an idea, for 12 hours, I'm going to be watching a lot marathon shit. You're right, Wes does it. I'm going to be watching a lot of the best fights in history. One of the fights that I'm telling you I'm going to watch right now is Eric Morales versus Marco Antonio Barrera 1. And I'm going to be watching more fights, but I'm also going to, whoever's tuning in for the marathon, I'm going to let you guys also vote in what fights you guys want me to watch. And I'm going to be calling them like if they happening on that same day. So I'm going to be giving you the fight commentary on fights that took place in the 90s and the 2000s. Oh, yes, sir. We're going to be on it. So it's 12 hours straight of Box Center with Jay Smith. I'm getting ready for that. But again, I'm trying to figure out which is the best day of the week. Some guy, damn, let me hold some cash. Pugilism. Just put it on Tubby and stream. Telling you, I'm going to do 12 hours straight and then 24 hours. That's going to be a tough one because that means all night I'm going to be up talking boxing, reviewing fights, all type of shit. I'm going to even open up a hotline. Watch this. Because I'm going to do it by segments. For the 12-hour stream, like for the first 3 hours, I'm going to be watching fights. For the next 3 hours, we're going to be talking about upcoming fights. For the next 3 hours, I'm going to open up the phone lines so you guys can call in. We're going to be talking shit about anything boxing, and you guys can call in whether you want to trash talk, make a prediction, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to open up the lines. Bam! Call in, my peoples. Let's talk what we got to talk about. Pastor Try, you'll be hallucinating after being up that long, Jay. I'm getting ready for it. 24-hour stream on the way. Box Center for 24 hours. Some guy, the grind is real. You got to do what you got to do. I'll definitely be popping in and out. And that's what I'm talking about because obviously, if I'm going to be live for 24 hours, you can't watch no 24 hours straight. But I do a survey so that you guys tell me what you think is better. To do the 12-hour stream on a weekday or on a weekend. I'm thinking about, somebody told me, Jay, you should do it on Saturday. Because I'm off on Saturday and I can pop in anytime I want throughout the day. But then somebody else told me, yo, Jay, nah, man, do that shit on a weekday. Because I be watching that shit at work so I could entertain myself. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best day to do the first 12-hour stream. The letter M, yo, J. Can the comment section fight each other? That's a good one. That's a good one, but the logistics, man, I thought about that, but the logistics is too difficult. Young Guns, that's what's up. Gotti versus Ivan Robinson, 1, recommended. William P, weekend, I watch it at work. Weekday, I watch it at work. You see, I had a lot of people tell me, yo, the 12-hour stream from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, do it on a weekday. That way I started on my way to work, watch it when I'm at work, when I'm at lunchtime, and when I get out of work, you're still going to be going in. So I think I might end up doing that on a weekday. I had a lot of people tell me on a weekday. Trent Thomas, you should do some legendary fights like Ali and Frazier. That's in the list, my guy. That's in the list. That's in the list. In fact, to show you what's in the list, well, I'm not going to tell you everything is not in my head, right? But older fights, what's in the list is the Ali versus Joe Frazier 1 and Ali versus Joe Frazier 2. Not the Thriller in Manila. I don't got that one in the list. I like 1 and 2 because Ali lost and then he won in the rematch, right? So, but I won't be watching those fights back to back. I'll watch the first one and then we're going to watch a few others and then we'll go to the second one. But that fight is going down, my brother. And before I do the 12-hour stream, I will let you guys know what are the list of fights that we're going to be watching on that day. Young Guns, Ron Lau versus George Foreman. Ooh. Wes Dustin, Mayweather versus De La Hoya. I like that fight, man. That was a good fight. Ooh. Young Guns got a good one for us. Ike Iwabuchi versus David Tor. What a fight. What a slugfest. The letter M, Mayweather versus Corrales. What a master class. Side, Sanchez versus Gomez. Ooh, what a pummeling. Bilateral pummeling session. Pugilism, Floyd versus Chavez. With Manny versus DR Sanchez on the undercard. I'm going to tell you guys something funny. When I was an amateur boxer in Gleason's gym, I got to see a lot of fighters on there. And I boxed. I got to spar with a couple of professionals. Agapito Sanchez is a Dominican fighter who trained with a coach who was very close with my coach. Very cool. And I got to spar with Agapito Sanchez. In case you don't know, Agapito Sanchez fought Manny Pacquiao when Manny Pacquiao was obliterating everybody. It was like at 130 when Manny Pacquiao was destroying everybody. And he went to a draw with Manny Pacquiao. Now you know if Agapito Sanchez nice. Fought Pac-Man at his very best. And they went to a draw. Shakur has Jay Smith. I made it. Salute, family. Bam. William P. Weekend. We Daniel Jacobs versus Canelo. He was punching Canelo but lost. Danny Jacob. That was a good fight. That was a competitive fight. Pass the track. You put him on the canvas, Jay. Who on the canvas? Mickey Rourke. We need some Andre Ward in there too, Jay Smith. I'm telling you, we're going to be watching some fire-ass fights, and I'm going to be calling them like if we're watching them for the first time. So we're going to actually enjoy these fights. Like I said, I'm also going to be taking, you know, your suggestions. You guys want to watch it, we'll watch it. But I'm also going to have a list of fights. William P. Zab Judah, one of my favorite fighters, man. Agapito. Oh, Agapito Sanchez. Hell no. Listen, man. Listen. First of all, he was taking it real easy on me. I sparred with him a couple of times. The first time we sparred, he was taking it super easy on me. Pop, 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 taking it real nice. And I caught him with a nice shot to the face. Now, I was wearing a headgear, the big headgear. He wasn't wearing none. And I caught him with a nice shot to the face, the right hand. Bang! Yeah, after I caught him with that, it was the second round. He started catching me with hard shots to the body. But he was only countering me. So he wasn't attacking or going forward. He was just standing there moving and waiting for me to punch. And whenever I would try to hit him, pop, pop, he would counter me real hard to the body. And he caught me with so many hard body shots that after the bell rang, my trainer stopped it. My trainer was like, nah, we good. And then he told me, nah, he kind of upset that you caught him with that shot in the face. And he hitting you hard, chip. And then we sparred again. And the second time we sparred, we went 4 rounds. And he caught me with some good shots too. So he kind of took it easy for a moment, but then he would pick it up. And obviously, you know, I'm an amateur fighter with like 3 amateur fights facing a world caliber type fighter. Agapito was able to do whatever he wanted with me. The letter M, Shiraz versus Berlanga. Let's relive that KO. I mean, all I remember from Hamza Shiraz was, that's all Edgar Berlanga saw. That's all he saw. The letter M, after the second round, he said, okay, wanna snuff me, Jay Smith? I got you. Damn, man, he went hard. No, it wasn't even after the second round. It was in the second round. I caught her with a good shot. And they just started lumping my whole shit up. And that's it. Coach was like, nah, we good. Pull the plug. Pass the track. Thud. Okay, Jay, the spar is over. It was a wrap. Coach knew, too. He was like, yo, if I would have let you go back out there, you was going to get fucked up. So I'm like, all right, man. Because I wanted to keep going. But I had more of a little ego thing. Yeah, let me keep going. Yo, I got this. Man, I didn't stand a chance. That nigga would have fucked me up. And rest in peace, Agapito Sanchez, man. Shit is crazy. He actually, look how bad luck can strike. Agapito Sanchez, he's Dominican, but he didn't live in the Dominican Republic. He got married with a girl, I think she's from Venezuela, and he moved there with her. So he used to live in another country. But at one point, him and his wife decided to come to Dominican Republic to vacation here for a little bit. Well, while he was here, a police officer was acting stupid with his wife. Also, what's up? Let's get out of here on some crazy shit. And he was like, yo, what's good? He tried to set the man straight. Yo, the cop shot him and killed him. In case you didn't know, that's how Agapito Sanchez's story ended. He got killed by a police officer. Sucks. Trent Thomas, Hagler versus Hearns. Listen, we're going to watch that fight. That's on the list. Like I told you guys, I am going to share the list. And I'm sure you guys will be excited for the fights that we're going to be watching. Moromas, whoa, how you think the Boots and Zayas fight gonna go? First of all, let me say, Moromas, appreciate you dropping in on the super chat. Super chat vibes all the way. I don't do this for the money. This ain't about the money. This is about the love of the sweet science. But, of course, when you drop in on the super chat, you let me know how much you appreciate what I'm doing out here. So I appreciate you, my brother. As far as Jerome Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas, I'm sure you've seen it. Most people feel like Boots is going to beat him up. Beat him up. Honestly, my brother, I haven't made a prediction just yet. But I'm leaning towards Boots. Haven't made an official prediction yet, which I will. But I think it's going to be a good fight, though. I think it's going to be more competitive than what people think. Because fans are talking like Xander Zayas is just going to get washed. Pass the track, bro. I seen some dude go down to Peru and marry a good indigenous woman. I'm jealous. I mean, some beautiful women out there. Look, to be honest, it's beautiful women all over the world. But when you talk about those indigenous women, you find some very beautiful women. The letter M. What do you think of James Toney training with Haney? I mean, when you're talking about a world championship caliber fighter like James Toney, obviously retired, somebody who's been in there with all-time greats, I think he got a lot that he could bring to the table that he could help Devin Haney with. Especially as now Devin Haney has moved up to a division where you rely a little bit more on power and you're going to use it. So I think Tony adds to the team. Pugilism, Pirog versus Danny Jacobs. And debate if Danny could have continued after walking up on the fifth. The letter M. Flag will be draped over Boo's body. Whoa, the Puerto Rican flag will be draped over Boo's body. Damn, is he really going down like that? Side, Tony versus Mike McCullough. Posse track. I don't think Tony will be a good coach. It will be very hard with the way Tony fought. Motomas. Good move for Haney. I want to see what's going to happen with Devin Haney next because he's tried to make a fight with Ryan Garcia. That didn't work out for now, but I believe we are going to get that rematch. He's tried to make a fight with a few other people, with Rollies. That didn't work out. He don't got an opponent lined up right now. Shakur Stevenson also doesn't have an opponent lined up right now. And he dropped a nice little hint for us, my peoples. Don't let that just fade away without you noticing it. My next move, my best move. Shakur Stevenson just posted that. That's from yesterday. What is he telling us? Who's going to be his next fight for it to be his best move when he's coming off of baiting the crap out of Teofimo Lopez? Trent Thomas. What about Sanchez's fight? He was very good, but died in a car wreck. But he was good. Salvador Sanchez, man. He's already considered an all-time great. Only thing that sucks is that he died so young, he could have accomplished a lot more. And really been one of those guys who people would have said, nah, maybe he's top 3, top 5, all-time great. People consider him a great fighter, but he died young. So how great was he when he passed away tragically? Pasta track. Maybe he's moving up in weight. Side. One of my favorite fighters, Salvador Sanchez. Look, I don't know if Shakur's moving up in weight. Seem like there's a lot of options. Robert Garcia stated that Murataya may go up to challenge Shakur at 140 for his belt. So let's see. Is Shakur going to fight at 135? Is he going to stay at 140? Is he going to move up to 147? And then you have Tank Davis. Tank Davis don't got an opponent lined up yet. I'm going to just put that out there. I know Tank Davis been ducking Shakur. He don't want that smoke. Scared to death. Scared to death of Shakur Stevenson. Shook. That's the truth. Some of you can't handle the truth. And that's exactly what I'm going to give you. Pasta track. He's got the king chess piece. But I don't know shit about chess. I don't know shit about chess either. I know that's a chess piece. Pasta track. Tiny dancer. Whoa. Or like Conor Ben calls him. Jervoompa Loompa. The letter M. Tank is scared. 135 pounder. Now we're going to see him at 140. I said before the whole Jake Paul thing fell apart, I said Tank Davis will never fight at 135 again. He can't keep making that weight. And I've said this before. Tank moved up to 135 when he was 25 years old. He's 30, going on 31. Think about your own body, your own frame, when you was 25 versus when you was 30. So your body is naturally growing, and now you got to shrink yourself harder to make weight. I say he's not going to be able to keep making weight. Skip a clipper. Give Tank a tune-up first. And then if he ducks, he ducks. If if he ducks, man, you know damn well he's gonna duck. But I find this post to be very mysterious. Because for Shakur to be saying that his next move is gonna be his best one, bro, did you actually see his last move? Look what he did to Teofimo Lopez. Easy work. Pass it track. Tiny don't want no part of Shakur Stevenson. Trent Thomas, because Shakur has the best chance to neutralize his style. He knows. Jervoompa Loompa does not want to see Shakur Stevenson. The letter M. Tank is a duck master. He will find ways to give us what we don't want. Now, look. Tank Davis is going to give us some good fights. You're right, they're not the ones that we want. But you have to understand, Tank Davis has a loyal fan base. And they're going to tune in. I've had Tank Davis fans tell me, look, I don't care who he fights. He's going to knock him out. He's going to look good. That's it. Now, would I like to see Tank Davis rematch Lamar Roach? Hell yeah. That's a fight I want to see. Pugilism. Anybody demanding Maypac 2 got to rewatch the card with Manny versus Agapito and Floyd versus Jesus Chavez. Manny USA debut and shows how crazy they blew up from then to now. Pass the track. People are really going to start calling Tiny Tank out for the shenanigans. Side, what's next for Moses Itauma? My brother, Moses Itauma is going to be made the mandatory, beautiful thing for the winner of Usyk versus Dubois. Hold that down, my peoples. It looks like Moses Itauma will end up getting a title shot this year. Boom. The letter M. The tank tards accuse you of hate all the time. Supposedly I'm the biggest hater for telling the truth. The thing is that Tankomaniacs don't want to admit. They just don't want to admit that Tank ducked Shakur Stevenson. So when I say it, they get mad. Pass the track. Dubois. Listen, man. Dubois and Fabio Wardley, they're going to go at it. That's going to be a real good fight. Real good fight. And then the winner is going to step in there with young Itauma, potentially. Side, Moses will beat them both. Don't matter who wins. Oh, so you think Moses Itauma ready for that smoke? Let's see, man. 20 years old. He's going to be a young child. Oh, no. He's 23. Is he 23 or 20? No, Xander Sainz 23. I think Moses Itauma 20. Zach Gaines. I think that both of them want to be the A side. He's 21. Okay, 21 years old. Wow. At 21 years old, Moses Itauma may end up stepping in the ring with one of these two monsters. But Itauma's a special fighter. He's a special fighter, my people. You got to respect it. And, fellas, listen. Remember what I just told you. I am preparing a 12-hour stream next week. So I'm going to be live for 12 hours straight. All I'm asking you guys to do is to share that live. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to bust my ass. Share that live. I'm going to share a post about it. Share the post about it. Because we're going in for 12 hours straight. And then the week after, I'm going live for 24 hours straight. Boxing. We're going to be watching fights. We're going to be debating. We're going to open up a line so you guys can call in and talk your talk. All type of shit. It's going to be crazy, my people. So stay tuned in, yo. You got to be a boxing from Jay Smith. Zach Gaines, let's go. You can do it. I'm getting ready for it, man. We're going to do it. 12 hours of boxing. The boxing marathon is going down. The letter M. Itauma can be strong. Young champ. I don't see anyone beating him right now. I honestly, I see Usyk beating him because of the experience factor. But I think if he was to fight Usyk in 2 or 3 years, he got that fight. Shakur hands, that's right, 12 hours. So the 12-hour stream is gonna be next week. Is gonna be from 9 in the morning to 9 at night, straight. And then the next one is gonna be 24 hours, also straight. It's gonna be crazy. 24 hours of boxing. So make sure you guys share that stream. You should be sharing this shit right here. This shit right here, you should be sharing it. But make sure you share that stream. Tune in, and we're going to be on it. By the way, my peoples, remember, at 12 o'clock today, you get your Box Center update. We on it, my peoples. Box Center update. So at 12 o'clock, lunchtime, make sure you tap in. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk boxing and give you some updates. Mr. Phipps, 24 hours is crazy work. Imagine, I'm going to start at 9 in the morning and finish at 9 in the morning the next day. All day, all morning, all day, all night. I'm going to be live streaming, and we're going to be talking boxing. For the love of the sweet science. The letter M. What day is the 12-hour stream? That's a great question. So I've been trying to do surveys to see if people want the 12-hour stream to be on a weekday or on a weekend. And I asked because I had some people tell me, nah, Jay, do it on a weekday because I be watching my shit while I'm at work. So I could be working, having a good time with a 12-hour stream, chilling. And then I only had a couple of people tell me, do it on the weekend. I prefer on the weekend because I don't work and I could go in and out as much as I want. Trying to figure it out. But so far, the most popular is been on the weekday. So the 12-hour stream, I think, is going down on the weekday. It is next week, though. Side, the foot speed, hand speed, and southpaw. Moses gives Usyk hell. I mean, he give everybody help. Moses, he tell him a special fighter, bro. Trent Thomas, indeed, sir. So many great, like Ron Lau versus Ali. Oof. Young Guns. I say Thursday. Thursday. Boxing track. Pinklin versus Tyson. Trent Thomas, Friday and Saturday. It'll work well. The letter M, yes, Thursday into Friday. That way you can rest on the weekend. So remember, the 12-hour one is not going to go from one day to the next. The 12-hour marathon is going to be from 9 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. So I'm considering Thursday for that one because that's been the most popular day. That's been the one that people have said the most that they wanted. Thursday. People keep saying Thursday. So I'm thinking about Thursday. Remember, it is next week, though. And then the following one, the 24-hour stream, that one might be on Saturday morning. Why? Saturday morning up until Sunday morning. That way the stream starts in the morning. At night, we got fights that we're going to cover during that 24-hour stream. But after the fight, we still got like 12 more hours to go to talk about the fights and upcoming stuff. So the 12-hour one is a Thursday stream from 9 in the morning to 9 at night. The 24-hour one from Saturday to Sunday. So get ready, my peoples. That's going to be coming up. I hope you guys support it. I appreciate your support. Make sure you share that stream. And promotional. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to let the people know. I'm going to let the people know about those streams. So make sure when I post on, you guys support me with that. Share it. Let's let the people know we're going to enjoy boxing first for 12 hours and then for 24 hours. You got to be crazy. Got to be crazy. Shackle hands. Jay, we got to get a vote to get go-to podcast. Whoa, the goofiest of the goofiest, the podcast. I want to bring it back, man. I'm just waiting for Box Center 2.0 to get a little bit bigger. And for people to actually start supporting the shit. Mr. Phipps, let's get it. Salute, family. Listen, fellas. I'm going to put you guys on, right? I'm gonna put you guys on, and the show's about to finish. What I'm about to tell you right now is not even something that I planned on telling you, but I will. I will. Um, so you guys know recently I said that I was going to spend a lot more time creating boxing content, that I was going to dedicate myself a lot more to boxing. That's why you're going to see Boxing for Breakfast. You know, look, right now the show's been on for 2 hours right now. You're going to see Boxing for Breakfast going on for 2 hours plus every day. You're going to see a Box Center update at lunchtime. And you're also going to see Box Center, the show, at nighttime. 3 lives a day, Mondays through Fridays. Going in, like really going in. So what I'm gonna tell you guys is that I'm just gonna dedicate myself to boxing as much as I can. That's it. I'm waiting for opportunities that may come in my direction, but that's what I want you to know. You know, I will be super focused, super locked in. You guys are gonna get a lot of content from me. The letter M, the zone lady, give Jay Smith a shot. He is great. I mean, you never know. I do know that she watched the video where I was calling a fight and she hit the like button. And I know there's nobody out there who's calling fights the way I call them. Simple as that. So there's something she saw that she liked. Let's see. Let's see, you know, what happens. But we going hard, my people. So I appreciate your support. Salute to everybody who tuned in this morning. Shakur Hands, Mr. Phipps, the letter M. Who else was in the building? Young Guns in the building. Pasta Track, Sai, JJ Zendejas was in the building. Trent Thomas, Moroma, 147, Salute Family, Toy Mafia, and everybody else who tuned in, my peoples. You guys know how we get down. This is all for the love of the sweet science. At 12 o'clock today, in 2 hours, remember, we're going to go live with the Box Center update. So while you're eating your lunch, while you enjoy your meal, tune in and enjoy your Box Center update. My people, one love. I'm getting the hell out of here. Bam! Peace.